Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Westford for Business Ignite Session 2. I'm Diana Pereira, training consultant at Westford for Business and your host for the day. For those who are joining our WFB Ignite session for the first time, now WFB Ignite is a series of online workshops and webinars by Westford for Business. Our aim is to provide virtual training and education to build the competency gaps within organizations in the best way possible, especially to address critical issues within the organizational context through professional development programs. Now, WFB Ignite sessions are designed to be relevant and responsive to the current business trends and business needs around the world. And these sessions are led by WFB trainers who are professionals and consultants with years of industry experience. Talking about today's session, it is facilitated by our very own Dr. Divakar, and his Ignite session is on Entrepreneurship Unleashed, harnessing design thinking for innovation. And I think it is not nice if I do not introduce him properly to you. And talking about him, Dr. Divakar is a professional with 23 plus years of academic, consultancy, and corporate experience. He holds a PhD in marketing, an MPhil in management, MBA in marketing and finance, and a Bachelor of Engineering, industrial and production. And currently, he is pursuing his second PhD in pharmaceutical retail supply chains. He has completed many projects, published many articles, and had been a panelist at many conferences. He has conducted idea generation workshops and is known for business therapies. He has played key roles in building new market segments, setting up warehouses, estate planning, and space utilization management. His key strengths and passion includes steering entrepreneurial ideas, conducting business analysis, mentoring startups, incubating innovation, and being keen on collaborative research in entrepreneurship, design thinking, and business analysis. Now, I think you all are well aware of the profile of the person who is going to do the session today. So without taking more time, let me hand over the session to Dr. Divakar. Dr. Divakar, over to you.
Welcome to this session. Thanks to Ms. Diana, who gave me a good introduction. And this platform is a great platform to interact and to see what is it in store with respect to businesses, especially in this dynamic world, right? Slowly or fast-paced or the kind of world that we are running through right now, especially post-COVID, things have changed, and how we are running our businesses, seeing changes every day, every time, every moment, and we are living all these moments with great amount of passion. Right, so thinking about what could be the best topic for a session, to keep it interesting. What are the new things that are happening in and around us, especially in the business domain? We see, a lot of, post-COVID, we see a lot of businesses fail. They thrived, they strived, they wanted to sustain. Some of them failed. Some of them did a wonderful, forecast. They had a wonderful foresight, the kind of leadership in different businesses. And, the one thing that everybody's mindset was, yes, can we do something on our own? Yeah. What are the different tools? What kind of technologies that we have today, right? So everyone were thinking and everyone are looking for that. So the best topic would be, entrepreneurship. It's not a new word. We have been hearing this word, or we have read in our institutions and universities about this word entrepreneurship. What is exactly entrepreneurship? Why entrepreneurship is necessary and all that for more than 2-3 decades as a formal education. But before this education also, there were entrepreneurs, there were great people who have built businesses more than 200-300 years ago. right? But it's become a great study, and it's become a great, what do you call it, as a passion, which, a lot of fuel everyone have, but everyone requires some kind of a spark. So welcome to Ignite. So that is the reason, at Westford, we call our sessions as Ignite, where we can at least, spark some, so that, the kind of fuel that you have, at least some burning will happen, and then, there will be some kind of light that you would see. Now, when you want to speak about Ignite, and when we speak about entrepreneurship, if you could see, there are three colors that I have mentioned: red for entrepreneurship, blue color in design thinking and innovation, and green. There is a particular reason for that, and we will see that in our upcoming slides that you're going to witness why these three colors and why it is so important. Okay, so welcome to the session, to this Ignite. Hope you will get inspired, and we will try to initiate your success journey through this 45-50 minutes of interaction today. Yeah. So let me move ahead. So the agenda for 60 minutes is to ignite your entrepreneurial skills. Yeah. To inspire you with the design thinking process. We all know what is a design thinking process. Those of you who have studied, those of you who have undergone courses, there are a lot of platforms which explains design thinking process. So how best I could inspire you through the design thinking process, to initiate your innovative mindset, right? So those are the three words: ignite, inspire, and initiate, that we are trying to achieve. And two things: one, I would like to assist you hands-on in your business idea. So if you have any business idea, so how best I, or Westford for Business, can help you, to have an hands-on with your business ideas. And finally, I'll be proposing a business therapy to boost your expertise. So let us try to achieve collectively all this agenda the next 60 minutes. Okay. So moving ahead. So we know this: in the year 1551 BC to 479 BC, there was a great philosopher who lived, and he said, I hear, I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. So I have highlighted that. So yeah, most of us in our daily walks of life, yes, we hear a lot of things. We hear a lot of great business ideas. Today we think something, and then suddenly, next day when we look at the newspaper, or when we come across some news, we see that its idea has already been implemented. So that is the pace, that is the speed, that is how it is going on, right? So this is Confucius, right? So I do and understand. So let us do some action. Enough. Lot many talks, lot many conferences, lot many workshops we all have attended. Everyone speaks about theory. Everyone sees, they record it and all that. But how many of us do actually the do, right? The act of doing, right? So we hear and we forget. We see, we only remember, and that is, memory is so short-lived. But only when we do, we understand what exactly is this. And that is what we are going to try to reach. This was said so many years ago by this philosopher Confucius. Okay, so sit back, relax. Okay, this is what I want my audience to be. I know you will be enthusiastic to ask questions and do a lot of debate, because without debate, without argument, without asking questions, nothing is learning, right? So to understand better, please do ask questions, please do interact. We are having a Q&A. Please do not post your questions on the chat. So there is a chat window which is available to you. There is also a Q&A section which is available. Ms. Diana Pereira will help you out. Please post your questions as and when. Park your questions with the Q&A, and then once the session is over, I will try to answer maybe you will answer much better for your own questions. That will be the kind of effort that I'm going to put. So sit back, relax. You all are comfortably seated. I know you are busy with your office work, but you have taken time to witness this particular webinar from Westford for Business. So let's move ahead. So before we go, I was mentioning about, three colors, right? Blue, red, green, and yellow. Everything is highlighted in yellow. And so entrepreneurship was in red, because red people are those people who are action oriented. They want to the point. They don't want to waste time, right? Practical in action. They are immediate and fast, right? They want to grab the opportunity quick. So those are all red learners. I know in this audience, there are 4 types of learners, and we all belong to each category. So you can also choose, you can just check whether you are a red learner, you are a blue kind of a learner, you are a green learner, you are a yellow learner. Blue is like, hey, Divakar, you know what? I need details. I don't want stories, right? I need details. I need a thorough processing, right? I want data. I need facts. I will simply not digest without facts, right? So those are the blue learners. Now, green learners are a little slow in the sense that they will take some time. So innovation, I put in green, and design thinking, I put in blue. Design thinking is all about facts, data, research, proper process with the detailed information, right? So that is the reason, if you see the first slide, design thinking was in blue color, innovation was in green color, because innovation is something you need to reflect, right? So you need time to process and review, right? So it's a structured activity. Innovation is not simple, like, you get an idea and you execute it and people will call it innovation. No, it's a very, very reflective phase. Entrepreneurship is action-oriented. I know. We all understand it. So you also decide what kind of a learner you are. You are red, you are blue, you are green, you are yellow. And this was done by, Professor Andrew Lothian in his work, Insights. Okay. So you can visit insightworld.com. I'll be sharing few material post-webinar along with the feedback form, and with your certificates, you will get some templates and reading materials which will help you to recollect and make you a good learner as well, right? So identify what kind of a learner you are. Some may be combinations as well. It can be blue and red, it can be green and red, it can be yellow and blue, it can be a combination of the colors as well, right? But this is what colors depict. So all those who say that I am an entrepreneur, I want to become an entrepreneur, I have that fire. So you all are action oriented, okay? Yeah. Now, let us think. Let us, whenever we see any entrepreneurial workshops or idea generation workshop, we always have this bulb, right? And we remember Thomas Alva Edison, the inventor of this bulb, and we have been using this bulb for all creative purposes, for all that. Yeah, let us also see what kind of a spark you get, what would your illuminating capacity, how much fuel do you have, and all that. Let's ponder upon it. Okay. Now, yes, there are this kind of a pirate in our mindset as well, right? Because we want to have an easy route, right? This character is there with everyone, I believe. So do not get offended. This is what I have experienced. I have seen there kind of a pirate in everybody's brain who will always looking for newer routes, newer ways, shortcuts for various reasons to get his business, to get the things done, to get the task done. And sometimes, you know what pirate does, right? He doesn't have anything, but he will snatch and grasp and here and there and then collect it. And you'll always in the hunt for a great treasure, right? Nothing wrong in the business world, right? I'm not speaking about IPR here, intellectual property rights, but yes, we observe, we have a suspended judgment, we look at nature. Yeah, I would say, man wanted to listen to music in a box, right? And he invented radio, right? So another man wanted to see motion pictures in the same box. correct? He invented television. Now, a man wanted to connect to people long distance. Alexander Graham Bell invented telephone. So, speaking about Marconi, I spoke about J.L. Baird, John Lager Baird, about the television. Then we have Alexander. So, there is always some person, some man who is behind something to achieve something, to give something for the society. Now, nobody wants to sit in the nook corner of a world, tie around a wire around the phone, around the neck, and say hello to the entire world, right? So today we have mobile phones, today we have smartphones and all that, but still we want, in the name of ease, in the name of comfort in life, we are trying to innovate everything, making lives much better, making drive businesses much better. In the name of ease and comfort, we are becoming lazier or maybe less action oriented, but we want everything around us, maybe a remote for a fan, a remote for a television, a remote for everything. Today, in absence of remote, we have Alexa, we have Siri, just oral voice command, and then you get your things done. You know, gone are the days when kings used to say, hello. So some 10 people will run and say, yes, king, tell me, yes, your majesty, what's the order? But today, we are experiencing the same thing. Everyone are living a royal life. You know, we have Alexa, we have Siri. We say, Siri, switch on the light. Siri, play me the song. Siri, give me some jokes. Siri, I'm depressed. Siri, I'm tired. Can you play some music? So many things we are expecting sitting at one place, right? This is how it is. So this kind of pirate, this kind of, shortcut person is always there in our mind, which drives and runs the businesses. So nothing wrong. You also identify what is the level of, what kind of a character this pirate person is there with you, right? Yeah, he's also happy. So he's going to lead us, he's going to tell us, but do we have the right set of binoculars? Do you have the vision? What kind of features your binoculars have? What about setting the long, tuning it to get a clear image? What are the range that you can reach, and what sophisticated facilities you have so that you can capture much better than others. So this is very, very important when you are in a journey, right? Also, this is important, we need to have a clear-cut roadmap. Yeah, if you in your entrepreneurial journey, in your business show, in whatever you are, you need to have a proper roadmap. Only then you'll be able to find out where exactly you are, where you want to reach, how do you have to reach, what would be the different obstacles and ordeals that you would be facing in your journey, right? So a roadmap is very much essential, and it is very, very important. Now, if you look at, this is also very important because you need to navigate, you need to sail through. So you need to have a good infrastructure, some kind of a medium which we can see on the screen, which can rock. Sometimes, it will get lost if you do not know how to sail through, if you do not know how to handle, if you do not know how to maneuver, if you do not know how to steer, if you do not know how to, so your ship will vanish and you will get lost. So we should be very, very careful, or else we won't find this treasure that we all are looking for in our businesses, right? So how are we connecting all of this? Yeah, the pirate in your brain, the kind of forcing instrument that you have, a gadget that you have, which you can see, and there is a roadmap, ship that can carry you to places where you can navigate, and then finally you find your treasure. How are you going to connect with all this? Yeah, theories won't help. Theories are only a fundamental. Theories are like, which can give a strong foundation, right? But it needs a hands-on experience that you need to connect all the dots and carry and do and achieve whatever you have to do, right? So now this never stops. If it stops, life ends, right? We all say heart is a, we quote heart too much, right? More than the mind. Heartily, I wanted to do something for you. By heart, I'm a very good person, but heartily, I like I dislike and do all that. But let me tell you, my friends, heart is a physical stuff. It doesn't have any emotions, actually. Okay, in the real scientific sense, heart doesn't have any emotions, but it is just a physical stuff which pumps blood, right? So, and it has got 4 chambers. Today's presentation is all going to be with the 4 chambers. I've planned in such a way that, we are going to explore all the 4 chambers of the heart, a heart of an entrepreneur, where you can harness design thinking in the every heartbeat. When it beats, every heart beats, when it beats the chamber, right? Tick, 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 tick. The same way, we'll explore chamber 1, we'll explore chamber 2, we will explore chamber 3, and then we'll explore chamber 4, and that ends our webinar today, session today, right? So 4 chambers, every heart has 2 auricles and 2 ventricles, left and right. We all know it. We have studied in school. So that's a beating heart. So let's see what are in store in all these chambers. Okay. So chamber 1, which I would call it as the power of design thinking. What is that power of design thinking? What exactly is design thinking? Let us get into the theory later, but try to understand in a layman's language. You would have all the skills, you are a great player, who can, basket the balls, or you have those skill sets, you know where to position, how to target, how to exactly project it so that, it gets into a trajectory and the ball falls into the basket and you score a point. You have all the skill sets, no doubt about it. You might also have, let me pick up a pen so that it will be easy where I'm pointing. Yeah. So you are this, you have all this, right? And you know exactly your foot movements, your shoulder movements, your target aim, and you know how to basket. You possess those skill sets, no doubt about it. You have learned through it. You're experienced in that, right? You also have a great visualization, right? You know how to make things work and all that. You have skill sets. You also know how to execute it. You know everything because you have a strong base of, you have read pages and pages of so many books. You have all the theory fundamentals. You have the skill sets. You can visualize how it will work. Everything is there. Now, do we call this as design thinking? Do we call this as design thinking? Then if we call this as design thinking, why do some designs fail? Why only few are being successful? Yeah. Why only few are being successful? Right. So what exactly are we doing in order to understand the power of design thinking? How are we doing it? Okay. Yeah. So let's move ahead. Now, you would have great ideas, right? Ideas are like this. Do you see this picture? Now tell me on the chat, I would like to hear from you all, which is the best egg? Which egg tastes better? Can I get some answers on the chat? Yeah. Can you say which is the best egg by looking from the outside of it? Yeah. White. Okay. All are telling white, not really, which is going to be broken. Correct. Abdul is right. Syed Faisal says brown, dark brown. Not really. Jeffrin says not really. Dr. Archana says it's brown. So we do not know that the right answer, I think, is Abdul Hamid, who says which is going to get broken. Only when we break it, we will come to know what is it. So the moment you break it, what happens? The moment we break it, what happens? The moment we break it, yeah, this is what happens in our brain. Lot of actions, reactions, good ideas, bad ideas, expectations, confusions, chaos, Isn't it so? Yeah, we expected that the white was good, the brown was good, the dark brown was good, or maybe there would have been a golden egg, which I was not able to show it. Maybe you have a golden egg in your mindset about a great business idea. You will come to know it only when you break it. Yeah. So unless and until you break open it, you will not understand what it is. So if you keep your idea, the egg will remain on the basket, and maybe one fine day it will get rotten and you have to throw it out. So my dear friends, what I'm trying to say here is, you have the skill sets, you have read all the theories, you know how to visualize things. Why are you not breaking it? Why don't you break the egg and check how good it is, how better it is, what you can do with it, how best you can make it presentable and eat it as well, right? So this is what is happening in everybody's brain. But everyone thinks it, but nobody breaks the egg. They keep the egg. Yeah, before we break it, somebody would have already, done that, and you'll feel that, oh, I had this idea just yesterday, and today I'm seeing this as business. That is what is happening. That is the that is the scenario. That is the situation right now, right? So this is what is happening. Mixed reactions within our brains, unless and until we break open the egg, identify, check, test it, we won't get it. So this is why the power of design thinking is required. And do you remember this? Wavery, too much wavery, right? Lots of ideas. So as we grow, there is a Chinese proverb, right? In bamboo trees, the taller you grow, you need to bend more because, you need to carry the wind and you face a lot of winds, right? So you should have the capability. You should have the capability. Yeah, you should have the capability to withhold and withstand the stronger winds. There can be a lot of pressures, If you ask about all successful business owners, successful entrepreneurs, they are not, some concrete tower. A little tremor will shake them up. They are like this, what you can see on the screen. Yeah, they have grown tall with all the effort and everything. They can withstand all the strong winds. As they grow tall, you'll get more pressure on the winds, and you should be able to withstand that. But they will never fall. Yeah. So that is what we wanted you all to be like this, right? So what does it? So you need not to be very stubborn. You need to be something called as flexible and adaptable. Yeah, flexibility, adaptability, all that is important along with your business ideas. You simply have an idea, you have a lot of ideas like a basket of eggs, and then you keep it, you don't test your ideas, you are not flexible, you are not adaptable. Now what is the use? One fine day, the egg will rotten in the basket and you might have to throw the egg, right? So grow, see, learn, be flexible, try to see how best you can put your ideas, try to collaborate, all that. So harnessing design thinking, I'm going to tell those 5 things which everyone knows, I believe. What are the steps in design thinking? What is the first thing that we need to from empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test, and all that, right? But some kind of a character that is required first for a person to get into entrepreneurship, to try and to do something. Remember, if Marconi would not have gave a thought to listen to music in the box, he would have never invented. Right? So all those inventors, all those who did, gave a thought in their mind, test their ideas. They failed several times before they could achieve, right? So, yeah, I think, we will move ahead. Yeah. Okay, now, when we do all this, in the process, we need to know how best we can balance. What is the first thing that you need to place? How far you can place? How it can withstand? What are the challenges for its failure? Yeah, so we're going to work on all those constraints. If you do not work on constraints, your journey will not be smooth. It is not about success and failure. Remember, my friends, it is not about success and failure, because success and failure are the end points. We always have to speak about constraints. There is a Professor Goldratt. Okay, he spoke about theory of constraints. We need to know what is theory of constraints. In our journey, in our business journey, what are the constraints? If you know the constraints, then you know where to place exactly, and then you can do this balance. It is not impossible, it is possible. Yeah, because you have a theory, you have fundamental knowledge, you have skill sets, you have a visualization, you have visualized your business outcome, everything you have. Only thing is that you need to work on how you could work on your constraints so that you can balance like this, right? Achievable. Exactly achievable. Yeah. Now we'll get into, that was about design thinking, the power, how best we can do it and all that. We'll come back to that again. But let us explore in the heart, what is the chamber 2? Chamber 2 is all about entrepreneurship. Now tell me, I am going to check it on the chat. How many of you say to do business, what are the most important things? Some of you who are my students here, they know where I'm leading to. But yeah, just let me know what is required in order to do business or to start a business. I don't want any business terminologies. Just let me know. Yeah, yes, see. Abdul says idea, Syed Faisal says need, some Zoom user says demand, means, idea, method, so many things are coming. Okay, the first thing that is required to do business is, let me close, I see all that, but yeah. The first thing that is required is need. All those who said need is the right answer. Because if you identify the need, because we can do business with need, we cannot satisfy wants of people, we can satisfy needs of the people. Right? We can do business with wants, but it is risky and there is a premium price for it. Yeah. So to do business, to start business, need is very important. So identify the need. If you cannot identify, create a need. Right? I've always told this to my students in my class, that need identification or need creation is the basic essence of doing business. If you are very good in creating need, do it. If you are very good in identifying need in a chaotic environment, what others see chaos, but what you can identify a need, that's a very step. Now, once you identify need, what next? Yeah. Once you identify, what next? What is more important? Once you, yes, Mahmoud Tawan says it's the mean. So all those who said mean is correct. Because when you know the need, there should be a means to fulfill the need. Exactly. NMMA. Syed, very good. So it is the means to fulfill the need. There are different means, right? There are different means to fulfill a need. Yeah. So for businesses, that is the reason we have variety of businesses for the same product. That is the reason we might get up a variety, the different ways of doing the business. So there is a means to fulfill the need. And then next is the method. Somebody already gave it in the chat. It's the method. Yes. If you know the method of providing the product or making the product in the best method possible, and then once you know the need, means, and methods, you need to have the alternatives, and that's the game changer. Now, that is the reason there are a lot of product varieties, because every product, even though the intention of the product is meant for that particular business, but there are different methods of manufacturing. That is the reason we have the product variations, the methods. And then finally, when everyone are fed up with the methods, people look for alternatives, right? We have Elon Musk giving a great examples. Everyone are looking for automobiles, fuel consumption, fossil fuels, and all that. Then he comes up with a great, then he comes up with a great idea of why fossil fuels, why not batteries? We know batteries for centuries, right? We knew the use of batteries for centuries, but nobody gave a thought for batteries for mobility. Right? So that is how it is. So it is not something new that I'm speaking here. It is something that what we have observed in our journey, right? So remember these four magical words. My students, they have all remembered. That is the reason they're so active on the chat here. So I always tell them, if you want to do a proper analyzation, if you want to do a proper analysis, in order to understand business, an existing business, or if you want to start a new business, please make use of these four magical words. Rest all what you speak is all your business jargons and terminologies. So this is what is your entrepreneurship that can unleash, These four words will unleash the entrepreneurship in you. See, look for everything. Look at mobile phones, look at the footwear, look at the apparels, look at the automobiles, look at the buildings, look at anything that you see around you. The first question is need. Second question is, what are the means? Third, what are the methods? If you are fed up with it, try to find out what is the right alternative for this, so that you can explore and you can do things much better. Now, there are, if I have to take my, there is a link between all these four. That missing link, we call it as, if you think, what are those missing link? Okay, that missing link, we call it as BIZOP, and BIZOP is nothing but a business opportunity. Okay, so let me, can I text everyone? Yes, I can also text everyone. So I call that as BIZOP. Yeah. BIZOP is nothing but your business opportunity. Yeah. So what is that BIZOP? Yeah. Any missing link between need and means and methods and alternatives. If something triggers, that becomes your, business opportunity. So my dear friends, try to see those missing links. But before identifying those missing links, I want you to ponder upon need. Look for the need. Create a need or identify a need. If you cannot identify, create a need. I give a lot of examples. This mobile phone, back camera, front camera, who is giving all this? It is the users. Users, they try different things, and there is a lot of observation in the market. And every time when we have some difficulties, value-added features are coming up, because either they're creating it or either they're identifying it because the users, the end users, right? So we all knew this, and things are going on. Yes, you can say filling the gaps, Kathy. You're absolutely right. Filling the gaps, right? But how best you could fill the gaps? Try to see what link is missing. Try to see what is the missing link. Yeah. Okay. Let's move ahead. Now, the third chamber. So we know the power of design thinking. We saw chamber 2, which is about entrepreneurship, need, means, methods, and alternatives. Now the question is, what is the process? How best we can harness? There is a constant churning of brain that is happening. How best we could do it? Because everyone are worried about cost, time, energy, effort. Yeah, gone are the days when people used to spend years and years. Now today people want in a click of a mouse or by a swipe on a screen. That is the kind of demand that is there. Yeah, customer demand. They don't want to put any more effort. Imagine in the dot-com era, I think in the 90s, right? I used to write down whenever I used to look www dot something, www. So many websites. That was a website era. People used to write down the different websites when websites were introduced. Then when the number of websites increased, people stopped writing and they started remembering and saving a link on their browsers. Now people are so busy, we do not have time to open up a browser, type a URL www.westford for business or Westford University or anything that you want to check. We do not have time to open up a browser and type all that. All that we need is an app. Come on, who has time to open up a browser and text and type? I don't have time. Can I do it in a click of a mouse or with one finger swipe, tap, double tap, and the app opens? That is what is going on. I don't know what is the next thing. Maybe we do not have time to double tap also, right? So that is where the generation is moving. That is where the technology is coming up. Maybe we are orally expressing it. We say, Alexa, please play the song on the YouTube. Can you turn on Netflix for me? I want to watch a movie. So forget double tap. Now you have some electronic assistants that is helping you, right? Yeah. What next? That is also outdated now. Alexa and Siri. What next? The next is you have to just think. You think and it appears. That is going to be the next thing. Yeah. Haven't you realized it? How many of you realize it? So it's about texting. It is about tapping. It is about orally requesting. Now, what we have? Yeah. Correct? Gestures. Exactly. So the design thinking process is pretty simple. What do we have? We have 5 things. We have read it as theory. Empathize, define. We need to ideate, prototype, and test. Is it cyclical? No. Is it something like this? We need to understand people. We need to define the problem, ideate with a lot of efforts, which get a wonderful idea so that, you can understand, get into their shoes and understand the problem to get a nice solution for that. Build a prototype and check whether it's okay. You're doing it in iterations. Okay. And then looking at the performance and again do that. But what I say is it is not linear, it is non-linear, something like this. Yeah, something like this. It can be non-linear as well. Yeah, so empathy helps to define the problem, and then we define exactly what the problem is, trying to understand. So that is the reason in entrepreneurship and design thinking can come together. Apply design thinking, these 5 steps. Empathy means what? It is speaking about the need. How do you understand the need? So try to understand what's going on in the people's mind, your audience mind, your target audience, your customer segments. Try to see how you can empathize and read their minds. Define, without any perception, define what exactly they need. Then you have ideate. You prototype, test it, right? So it's not cyclical or it's not linear. It's a non-linear process as well. So don't consider design thinking first you need to empathize, need. No, it can come back anytime. You build a prototype, you test it. Maybe because of that, there will be a lot of empathy, a lot of users that you can see, and then finally you can come out, right? Okay, so we saw all this, right? I need not speak about all these logos. All these organizations have applied design thinking. Airbnb, Apple, IDEO, Tesla, Google, everyone has used. Why only mention bigger companies? There are smaller companies. Warby Parker, and eyewear, Dropbox, you know it very well. Etsy. Etsy is a platform where, all these local handicrafts and all that. Because it's a great platform. Just check what Etsy is, what Slack has done using design thinking. Everything is available. I'm going to give in my notes as well. And I want to speak more on this Dollar Shave Club. Read about it. It's very interesting how design thinking, these, smaller organizations. I spoke about Airbnb, Google, Apple, all that. Yeah, big companies, big people, large funding. These are smaller firms who have used design thinking process, which are non-linear as well, right? So now is the time to think about how best we can ignite ourselves. Yeah, what do we know? Have we understood ourselves better? Where do we stand? What kind of a capacity building we have, or the ecosystem has given us, or the organization where we work for, or individually want to do something? Where is this ignite? Who will ignite us? Yeah, it is a passion that has to come from within, right? And how? These are the ideas that I wanted to say. Ideas is nothing but, I'm just coining it. I stands for innovation mindset. So have an innovation mindset. Look at things. Try to put that NMMA. Try to analyze. Try to visualize. Have an innovation mindset always. Nothing wrong. You cannot simply keep those eggs. Remember that, right? If you keep the eggs, either somebody will steal your eggs from you, the pirate will come, steal the eggs, or you need to break and test it. Do that. Innovation mindset is very important. Then you should understand what design thinking is. Apply the process of design thinking. It is not cyclical. It is not linear. It can be non-linear. Have an entrepreneurial attitude. Attitude is very, very important. A bamboo tree, grow tall, withstand the pressures, peer pressures, family pressures, business. Everyone will say, better work, why you want to invest and burn your fingers and all that. So those kind of pressures are there. So have the right attitude, have the entrepreneurial spirit. Very important is the accomplishing empathy. How you have accomplished the empathy, how well you have understood. Build on that. And finally, get inspired by listening to success stories. Success stories are there in every platform. Listen to all the success stories. And this is ideas. This is what I wanted to give you, ideas. The first three things is your inner power, and these two things is that one need you to practice. Accomplishing empathy and try to hear as many success stories so that you get that positive aspect. Okay, so only then you get these ideas. I think I'm on time. Yes, okay. We are left with the Q&A. Okay, so innovation and invention. So it is on the chat. So any Q&A that we have on the Q&A section? I saw questions coming up in the chat session. Yes, Ms. Diana, please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We have one question. Mrs. Sunny is asking, how is innovation different from invention?
Yeah. Thanks. I saw that. Now on the chat, I saw that. Thanks. I thought it was on the Q&A as well. Okay, Mr. Sunny, innovation and invention. Now I want to put one more word here: discovery. Right? So what is, if you understand what's the difference between invention and discovery, only then we can speak about innovation. That was a good question. Now, all those who wanted to invent, which is not existing, or something which is not existing, when you create something which was not existing earlier, that means we are inventing. So when we say innovation, we are trying to add a value to it. Right? So if Alexander Graham Bell has invented communication through phone lines, right? Today's mobile, I will call this as innovation. It is not invention, right? And anything that you add value to it, to the existing, it is innovation. How innovative you can make the products and services, right? Today, innovation is a business because inventions are many. There are many inventions over the years. Now, in order to sustain, in order to grow faster, in order to make faster money and all that, people are getting into how best I can create value. See, I would like to say, to read about the word called valorization. Valorization, please read it, my dear friends. So valorization is very, very important. When we say valorization, very, very important. That's already, because many people, they do imitative businesses, right? Business imitation is there, right? And they say, no, I have innovated in such a way that this business is different, but still it is some kind of an imitation. So if you want to make your startup idea add value to the existing product, put your innovative mindset, accomplish the empathy, and then launch it, and that becomes your innovative business. Hope I have answered your question, Mr. Sunny.
Thank you, Dr. Divakar. We have another question from Kathy Wadhwa.
Okay.
She's asking, do you think 80% of stand-ups fail? I think it should be startup.
Yeah.
Because of lack of empathy, or they are not able to fill gaps. And she's also adding a part, even if they think the idea is $1 million one.
I would like to answer the second one first, because it says $1 million one. So when do you certify your idea as $1 million one? Right? So when you certify it, because everyone gets a lot of ideas every day, and which idea is $1 million one? Only when you break the egg. Right. And why do startups fail? There is a connecting question that you have asked. Why do startups fail? Not only 80%, most of the startup fails. In fact, more than 90%. Why? Because many of the companies, many of the startups that you have seen are fly by night. Right? Why fly by night? Because they would have just started a business based on a very simple idea, but they would have failed the theory of constraints. They only speak about success and failure. Okay, I'll build a brand. I have a wonderful idea. I'll create it. It's a startup. And, by this, I'll create a brand and then they'll sell my brand. No. Thereby, they are not filling the gaps. They are not working on the constraints. The constraint working is very, very important, which will lead to success, which will lead to failure over the years. But in startups, why they fail is because accomplishing empathy was missing. Of course, you already put that in your question. But the kind of how best, see, in design thinking, it says, if you are failing, it will show us, it will tell us, fail faster. Do not waste time and effort. Design thinking in the process, when you're doing the ideation part, okay, when you do the ideation part, it will tell us, if you're failing faster, it will indicate you are failing faster. But it is a good indicator. That is the reason you need to apply design thinking in your startup journey, in your idea generation. Use design thinking, then you'll come to know, when you empathize and ideate, then you're actually closed all the gaps. So that would be my answer, Miss Kathy. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Divakar. And for everybody else, if you have more questions, please feel free to post them on the Q&A section. And once again, I would like to say thank you to Dr. Divakar for the wonderful session. And yeah, Dr. Divakar.
Okay. So just to conclude, I would like to say, please harness, please look in for. This is very, very important. The slide, I hope you all are able to see, right? And hand holding is very, very important. So if I were to continue answering Kathy's question. So this is very, very important. Why startups do fail is because they stick on to their idea. They are not exposed to, they are not flexible or adaptable to certain viewpoints, certain experts who are already there. So we at Westford, we do this because we have a long list. Especially, I have a very, very, very long list when we try to help businesses to reach their goals. So this is very, very important, this hand-holding. So try to harness, this is what I wanted to say here. Take the first step to unlock your business true potential, right? So before we end the session, if Ms. Diana would allow me, I would like to speak about business therapy. Business therapy is a one-on-one session where you will come up with your idea, and then we sit across the table, okay? And then I would listen to you, and then I will try to understand what exactly you are heading towards with all those analytical tools and all that. We'll try to, based on the one-on-one focused question answer, we'll try to understand what business and then try to give a nice therapy, to give a nice mold to it, and then so that. So I want to make this opportunity even more irresistible. So all those webinar attendees today, we are offering a 30-minute business therapy session, free 30-minute session. If you have your business idea, keep this, come back to us, write to us in the next 7 days. You can visit our website, or in the feedback form, book your session. It will be shared with you shortly. And we'll have a 30 minutes business therapy session, build your ideas, and we are there to help you. So constantly start, do not stop. Keep this image in your mind and always do this, because unless and until you churn out your brain, it should not stop. It should be ever rotating business ideas and the energy that you require. So I wish you all the very best. Get back to us with your business ideas, and we are there to help you. Thank you so much, Ms. Diana, for giving the platform. Over to you now, madam. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Divakar. And we have one question.
Oh, okay.
I think we can answer that. It is from Abdul Hamid, and he's asking, does money most important factor for startups? And he's meaning investment.
Okay, so money, if you see, money is actually not an important factor, because it is one of the factors, but it is not the main ingredient. That is what I meant to say. Because I'll tell you, today's scenario is in such a way that if you look at fundings that have come for businesses, if you take up any big company, it is all family run. 90% of the businesses that we see is the family support, family run businesses. Okay. So in that way, money will definitely come unless and until your path, your idea, the need that you identified, the means that you have, the methods and alternatives that you have, if they are strong enough, money is not a problem. I'll tell you about a business during my therapy. I can mention you. I have started 2-3 businesses to people without money. Can you imagine? Can you believe? Without money, you can run businesses. You can start a business and start earning and then reinvest it. You can start a business with zero money, right? So there are a lot of examples that I can give you, and you can also venture out, explore on the internet. Without money, a lot of businesses, ethical, good businesses, profitable businesses with zero investment. Yes. Yes, Miss Diana. Yes, ma'am. You're on mute. Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. Thank you, Dr. Divakar. And I think everybody who participated here, if they have the slightest idea of starting their own thing, this session would have been really supportive and helpful for them. So thank you once again. And thank you for all the participants for being here with us and being such a wonderful audience. So just a reminder, if you have opted for the certificates after the session, you would have get an email along with that, along with your certificate. And also, like always, like even Dr. Divakar mentioned, your suggestions, your comments matter to us. So please do let us know about your thoughts, your suggestions for improvements, and your feedback along with the feedback form you will get in the email. And we are waiting to bring you more and more of these wonderful sessions with different industry experts. So thank you once again, and we will see you again with another insightful WFB IGNITE session. So until we meet again, stay ahead, stay connected with Westford for Business. Thank you very much.
You all, and God bless. Bye-bye.